So, the recent edition. Yeah, I don't know why it's coming in so low. It's right in front of me. But I'm starting to think that I do need a new microphone. So, that might be the not too distant future. I was experimenting with the dummy NPC feature, and we now have Steve, our little farmhand, who can apparently walk through walls just the same as the animals can. So that's interesting. But now we have somebody else wandering around in our world. Just a little something extra. Today, I want to start working on our bunkhouse, which is going to be right here. So, that's the interior. Here's the exterior. And don't really think that I'm going to worry about a basement. So we'll put the flooring in. But that is 85. We're going to do it this way, because this way is just so much faster. Alright, so all the way over here. We'll see if we can actually cover the entire thing. I don't know. Maybe. Possibly. There we go. Covers the whole thing. Alright, so there's our floor. Now, for our exterior walls, we're going to have to decide the right height for the ceiling. And I don't think you can actually summon NPCs, can you? Does anybody know? Can you actually, like, call the NPC over to you? No. I don't think that will probably do anything. Oh, nice. That's great. That. No. Yeah, no. Yeah, that's unfortunate because it would be really convenient. Just have one stand in the middle here. Actually, you know what? Here. This is what we're going to do. There we go. All right. It. Oh, all one word. Actually, hold on. Forgot. First, I need to lock them in place, except I need to not be, like, right here. Push them. Back. Go back. Probably not. Nope. Unhelpful lot. Alright. Very unhelpful lot. So, lock. I don't think it locked the right NPC. 362. Oh yeah, it did. Global ID 362. There we go. Alright. So, this one is now locked in place. Have another female around. Just cuz. And I can't change their clothing. Yeah, that's not an option. So that's too bad. Go with that. Okay. All right. Now this one is locked in place. Now I have basically a height indicator, which is what I wanted. Makes it really convenient to determine how tall your ceiling should be. Especially if you want to have lights hanging from the ceiling. So this is 5. And anything, if I do a height of 6 and put the ceiling at 6, anything hanging above shouldn't like run into their heads or anything weird like that. So we'll do that. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And line of sight. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, well that's good. So have them in line of sight, and now he's unlocked and can move around and stuff. Whatever. All right. Now we just have a few more NPCs wandering around. Of course, they're all going to look the same, but oh well. At least we have NPCs in the game now, which is a big step in a really exciting direction, as far as I'm concerned. So that's very exciting. See that Red is making progress in that direction. Wow, I love the fog that we get. It's kind of funny. I saw somebody was complaining about the fog. Where did I see that? On the Rising World forums, I think. They were complaining about the fog. So, I was like, wow. I always really liked the fog. I thought it was pretty neat. But I guess some people don't. Now, granted, when you're playing in survival mode, the fog does make it kind of creepy to go out hunting because you're not going to be able to see the bear before it gets you. So there is that aspect of it. But to me, that just kind of adds to the survival aspect of the game, which admittedly is kind of lacking at this point in time. So I think it's a good thing. 89. All right, we're gonna go back to my preferred method for doing large chunks of wall. There we go. And then I just figure we can go back and cut out a door later wherever we want a door. But this is a very quick and easy method of actually getting things built, which is nice because when you're doing huge builds like this, it's really time consuming to actually go through and place all of this stuff by hand. We have a sheep in here, so unfortunately he's not going to get to stay. He's going to have to go. Alright, 85. Not where the start point is going to go at all. We're going to move that. It is a little frustrating sometimes when you're doing that, and it just puts the start point in the complete wrong place. You're like, no, that's not at all what I was going for. The game's like, really? Because that's what I interpreted. Going, well, you interpreted wrong, so fix that right now. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, Mr. Sheep. Not doing this. Sorry, buddy. Okay, we now need doors. Right place before I turn fly mode off. Then a couple of doors. We should have, I think, just one at either end. And then windows. I'm gonna want some windows. More realistic. Yeah, that would be cool. One thing I think would really add to the challenge factor would be to actually have flooding. So you're talking about it making puddles when it rains. Well, what if it actually flooded things? So, like, you couldn't build your house too close to the river or a pond because you had to think about flooding. That would be really interesting. But I do also understand that that would be really difficult to actually implement in the game. So I don't really expect that to happen, but it would be really cool. Over. Right there. Trying to get the windows to be kind of the same distance apart is tricky sometimes. And of course I'm fussy, so with things like this, I'm like, no, I want it to match, I want it to line up, I want it to look nice and symmetrical and planned. So I do kind of drive myself crazy sometimes. Yes, dynamic water will be absolutely wonderful. I am so excited for that. Just think, we can actually make like realistic waterfalls. Oh, that would be awesome. That would be absolutely. I wonder if it's going to come in the same update as the mounts. That would be cool. That would be really cool. I should probably not go overboard with what I'm hoping for, though, right? I am really excited about the mounts, and I haven't seen anything yet that says any kind of a time frame, so I kind of get the feeling that it's going to be one of those things where, like, you open up Steam one day and it's like, oh, Rising World has an update that's downloading. You're going to be like, okay, what sort of an update? Oh, yes. But, okay, so that means that animals can't just drown because the water is, like, up to their stomach. That feature has got to get more realistic. I mean, there's no way that has to change. Because otherwise, what are you going to do? Ride your horse in giant circles to avoid water? That's just silly. We should be able to ride our horses through water. So hopefully he changes that. Because otherwise... yeah, no, that's... that's just ridiculous. Undertaker versus... John. What? Oh, yeah, so the horses have inventory space. Well, I think it would be really cool if we could craft items to put on the horses to give them inventory space. So, like, you could have a saddle that had saddlebags that gave you a smaller inventory space, or you could actually have a pack that you could put on the horse that would give a lot of inventory space. Different things like that that you could craft and kind of equip your horse with. That would be really cool. I'm interested to see how that's all going to work. Like, do we have to catch and tame the horses and actually train them to ride? Or are the horses just going to be, like, automatically tamed? Their nature is just going to be cooperative? So that'll be interesting. And then do we have to feed them? Do we have to keep them fed and watered? Or are they going to be the same as the animals right now, where they just really don't need anything? Because that's convenient, but unrealistic. You know, you're like, oh cool, I can keep a bunch of sheep around for wool. I just don't have to worry about feeding them, so they're super easy to keep. Like, well, it would be cool if we had horses and donkeys or mules. So we had an animal that we could ride. Then maybe you could attach a lead rope to the mule, and the mule would have all of your packs on it. That would be nice. No, because what you're talking about is the animal mod. That's not actually an integrated part of the game, though. So I'm curious to see if Red's going to integrate it the same way that the mod did, or if he has something else in mind. Because right now, like, my game has no mods. I guess you could say this is pure vanilla gameplay. And you can't tame anything. Like, it doesn't give a shit about you. So, I don't know. Oh wow, that's like, those are tracks for a cave. Oh, you can only see them if you're back far enough. That's funny. Okay. Fires of hell glowing up through a cavern. That's different. Yeah. At least we know, like, it is definitely, he said it's definitely the next update. So the next time that we see an update for Rising World, we know what it is. That's going to be really exciting. Really, really exciting. Where I want stairs here too. Like, going around putting in windows, I'm like, oh, I should probably think about where I'm putting stairs. Because this thing should have... I can't decide if I want it to have 2 stories or 3 stories. It's a pretty big building, though. So 2 stories might be perfectly fine. Oh, fishing. That would be really cool, because right now there's nothing in the water. You don't have any aquatic wildlife. So it would be really cool if we had something actually in the water. And I have to admit, it would be really, really challenging if he added something dangerous too. Like, the oceans now have sharks in them. That would be kind of cool. I would never go in the oceans again. I guarantee you. I would never do that again. But it would be cool if there was an actual, you know, like an actual threat as it is right now, the only danger that water presents is that if you don't pay attention, you might drown. I would like there to be something more of a challenge in the water. Oh, wow. I don't know if it's showing up really well for you guys, but yeah, I don't think it is. Through one of the window right next to the door, like that window right there, I can see light that looks like it's coming out of one of the caverns beyond the fields. And it's almost like a red glow. Like the fires of hell are burning tonight. That's cool. It's because of the sunset. But just coming out of the caverns like that is really cool. Alright. We're gonna fix the time here so everybody can see. Yeah, I don't really know if I want to catch whales. I'd go out on a boat to admire them, but I don't really know that I want to catch them. Okay. Is that the beam? That's the beam. Okay. I think I want the beam. Alright. Stairs. I'm almost thinking that it would be better to have them come down from the middle. Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, I think stairs from the middle. So we're gonna go up here and stop on the roof. Alright. Now, I do want this to kind of try and be exact. Yeah. Oh. My ceiling did not end up being what I wanted it to be. We're gonna have to fix that. I started up a brand new world a few weeks ago, running purely in creative mode. And, having a lot of fun with it. This is, obviously, this is gonna be a huge build, so definitely going to be interesting when it's done. Okay. Now, double check that ID. 85. Okay. So. Should work. Well, why do you think that Rising World would lose its charm? What do you think would make that happen? Oh, Radio Man, yeah. He's good. I need to catch up on some of his episodes. 5. Well, I don't, yeah, I do to an extent. I kind of mix it up, like, let's see. Show you. Kind of what I'm planning on. This will be for, for the stairs. I really like the way these stairs turned out, except I'm going to do something different for these supports. And I really want to know how the sheep managed to walk up, halfway up the stairs and he can't get back down. Like, that's a little glitch that's just kind of irritating me. It's like, really? You got up there. Get back down, man. I haven't quite decided how I'm going to do the supports for the stairs in the bunkhouse. I don't really want them to be exactly like the ones in the barn. But I'm going to at least put the steps in. And since this game doesn't have physics yet, I don't have to worry about, you know, having it be too terribly realistic. Alright, 55. So, how wide do I want the stairs to be, though? I don't really think it needs the whole Probably like just 3 would probably be fine. And this looks roughly centered. It's not exact, but yeah, we'll take it. Oh, hi. You know, my chair doesn't really cooperate when you guys do things like that. That would be my other cat, Hugs. Sorry, Screamer. Yeah. Screamer's the one who was in my lap, and I moved, so he's offended and he's leaving. It's so easy to offend cats. They're like, oh my god, my lap moved and I didn't say it could. I'm out of here. Alright. You don't really have to worry too much about Alright, there's not really enough light here. We're gonna have to fix that. So, ooh, I haven't done this in a while. There's a way to clear the weather. Done? Yeah, no. Okay, so the weather part's right. Clear. Ah, that's it. Weather clear. All right. Oh, yeah, I can memorize the numbers too. Yeah, and you're right. If it really gets too much, then it's going to end up being kind of silly. But it's a delicate balance that Red needs to strike between having a game that's kind of half finished, which granted, it's still early access, so obviously it's only half finished, and ending up with something that feels like overdone. All right, that's too long. So we're going to have to adjust that. Let's see. I find the grid convenient, so I don't want to lose it. There we go. All right. Now, because of the way that I want these aligned, I basically have to have kind of a framework for them as they come down. There we go. And we'll see if it'll align to just the one side nicely. It might. Oh. It helps if you actually put the blocks in the right spot. There we go. Hard to see your handiwork when you're like on the ground trying to figure out what happened up the stairs. Okay. Yes. No. Problem. That's wrong. That one wrong. Okay. There. And we're just gonna cheat and just do an entire wall. There. Okay. And this is basically what I did for the steps in the barn, because it got me the perfect height spacing, being that half block of difference. So if it works, stick with it. And this really, admittedly, this only works when you're building in creative mode. Because in survival mode, this is a massive waste of resources. But we're not in survival mode, so it's all good. Which is one of the fun things about building in creative mode, is that I don't have to worry about resources. I can just do whatever. Is appealing. Okay, there we go. See, up and down. Yeah. I think I'm going to take out one more set. We're just a little bit close to banging our heads on that. There we go. Perfect. Now, we'll get rid of these. And then, presently, we're going to have free-floating stairs, which will look really cool and totally unrealistic. So happy that physics are not a thing in this game yet. Because I have not figured out exactly how I want to do the supports. That's going to be a bit of a thought process. Maybe I'll try and do something with the logs instead of the beam. Got a lot of stuff that's very square. Maybe using the beams will kind of take care of some of that. Alright, but there are stairs to the next level. Oh, wonderful thing. Alright. Now, let's see. This first floor is really going to be more like a common living area. So, be like a kitchen, a dining room, and some just general rooms, and then thinking like one big storage room where they can keep extra supplies if their rooms up here get too crowded. Let's put the second floor up real quick. The second story. That really fast here. Actually, do that really fast. We're not going to do it this way. Fine. Good old F6. Fine. Start point. Run all the way over here. And I'm basically going to do 2 rows of... There we go. 2 rows of rooms going along here. So think about how big those should be. This the easy way. Start up on the corner and then come down. Oh, look. Floating trees and other vegetation. Actually, I'm not sure the tree is floating. That bush is definitely floating, though. Definitely floating in midair. There we go. All 4 walls are up. And do the ceiling real quick, too. To actually have a fully enclosed floor. So then we can start kind of roughing out rooms and getting all of that figured out. So, back into normal mode here. Have what? 25. So, how wide should our hallway be? Because 20 is probably perfectly sufficient for rooms. So if we go at 21 and go down, there's still going to be enough space to walk past there. Yeah, I think that's going to be a good width for the hallway. Now, interior walls. Haven't figured out what I want those to be made out of just yet. I'm toying with the idea of actually doing planks. Let's see. Will that go? Whoops, I keep hitting my microphone. Not really in the greatest spot. Okay. Now if I enable the grid, does that still work? Yes, it does. Widen that out as much as we can. Okay. So, do our measurements here. So we're going to do 21 was going to be the hallway. That, like right there. That work? Is that high enough up? I think so. Okay. Now, I can't really go all the way across like that because I have to think about where I'm putting doors. That's going to interrupt it. Let's think about doors real quick here. Hard if the side walls aren't done. All right. Let's run all the way down here. All right, so 21 was going to be. So 20 by 20? Does that seem like a good... have a good-sized room? Yeah, I think that'll work. All right, let's do that. So do we have, yes, doors. Where do we want to be? Realistically, it would probably be lay some of these down first. There we go. Because, yeah, they widen out to be just as wide as the doors. Except they don't look very close together, do they? It's kind of annoying. They do when you don't drag them. For some reason, when you place them individually, they look fine. It's when you drag them out in that line, like when you go like that, they end up with little kind of spots in between them. Okay. So we won't drag them, is basically what that results in. Okay. So 20, so this is where it should come in. Basically just put that every, or wait, think about my measurement for a minute here. No, it should be there. That's where it should come in. Yeah. So what if I do one on the outside, inside? That will let us still play those. There we go. Have what? Exactly 20. So go down another 20. And then this where the next set should be. And over a few more, and then we'll put in 4. And then I'm going to come back through right there. I'm going to come back through and actually make door frames with the beams. It's just easier to kind of go through and get this part done first, and then come back and worry about the door, making it look appropriate, kind of. Happily, did not fall. We're a little close to the edge there, so that totally could have been a little mishap, which, you know what? No. I want to get the rooms in before I start fiddling with that, because that is going to involve changing the sizing of the grid. Oh, look, the door can go right there. Okay. Then we'll go back and we'll put windows in the rooms so that our wonderfully valued employees can actually see. All right, so this isn't going to be, the last one's not really going to be full size, but that's okay. I have a vague idea about what we might be able to do with the space down at the end here. So we'll just kind of see. We'll see if that works. Sometimes my ideas work, other times I try them and I have to ask myself what on earth I was thinking when I attempted that, because it doesn't work. Okay. So there's one set of walls. Now, let's go in, turn this around, and we're going to do the second set of walls. So this would be one right there. And I will have to shorten this up, or, well, not really shorten it, but make it narrower for some of the edges. But for now, I'm going to go with this. Got all these blocks here. Ends. Go through and open up doors. Get in and out. One, two, right in the block. And then, once the rooms are done, we'll kind of take a look at them, and if they look like they're, I don't know, a little too spacious, then I might decide to have like 2 people per room. But we'll see. First thing is to actually finish the rooms. The nice thing about working with the planks to do this is that you do end up with a little bit more space than if you used actual blocks. So that's a little bit, a convenient little bonus, kind of, to doing it this way. Which does take longer. So if you're trying to build something quickly, plank and beam is really not the way to go. And I really am thinking that they're so big that I'm probably going to have 2 people per room. Oh, I like it. I like it. It's a lot of fun. it's amazingly detailed. So it's just an incredible amount of fun to go through and try and figure all of this stuff out because it's so incredibly in depth. And it's exciting that it's still, there we go. It's still in early access, so it could get even more detailed and in-depth, and it looks like it's going to. But thank you so much. Yes, challenging for sure. Definitely challenging. But I think definitely worth the challenge. Yeah, it's definitely going to be something that will require, I think, a lot of work to really master the game. Oh. Another thing we had to... Oh, yes, this has to be more narrow, doesn't it? Round. If they get that narrow? Nope. It does not. Okay. That works. Okay, that works. If it works, it works. But yeah, that is an incredible amount of fun. I love the level of detail that it has so far. I think that's really promising for the game's continued development. There we go. Alright, so we have one side of rooms done. Yeah, that's definitely something I can get my teeth into. I'm really interested in trying the whole being a landlord thing. That looks really interesting. Don't really know how that's gonna go, but that's gonna be really interesting to try. Okay. Oh, I think I want this. How is that gonna look? Yes. Although, you know, I should probably do... Yeah. I'm gonna do a different... Oops. Yeah, I didn't really mean to take out the door. Need the door back. Definitely need the door back. Okay. This is 71. So, what would be a good... Don't spin. Spinning doesn't work for me. Need a good color that would complement that. I don't want to go too dark, so maybe one of the lighter ones. Not white. Definitely not white. There was something that I just passed. That one. That actually matches our floor. Yeah, I think it'll be okay for our floor and the door frames to match. I don't think that's going to be the end of the world. Let's go put these in, and then I'll resize it to do the top. Oh. There we go. Like, that's not really working. Okay. That goes over a little bit on the edges, but I don't necessarily think it looks bad. Can we get it? That's actually perfect. Oh my gosh. Wow. Love it when everything just lines up like that. Oops. There we go. Okay. There we are. I like that. I like that. I think that looks good. It is. It's a really cute little quaint game. Oh my gosh, I know, I need to. I'm I'm so far behind on watching everybody's videos. Okay. Get the second set. Let's make sure I remember what I'm doing. So in the middle of 21. Okay. Or, you know, we could have the rooms on one side be bigger. And then rooms on this side be narrower. So like those are, we've got here what? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 rooms for supervisors, crew chief, foreman, whatever you want to say, and then these would be the rooms for everybody else. Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. So they get rooms that are 10 wide. I think that's perfect. Fine. Yeah. Okay. Probably more than generous. Measured out. Back and start putting up doors and walls, and after I get the walls in for the next rooms on this side, then I need to actually do something about that staircase, because I'm very glad that I'm in creative mode, so when I fall down the thing, I'm not gonna die. Because I guarantee you, with no banisters, I will fall down that in a heartbeat. Okay. Perfect. Right? Yeah. That room will just be a little bit small. Like that one. That'll be somebody else's room as well. Now, this a couple of different ways. Yeah, we can do this interior walls, or the, I don't know. They're not really, they're all interior walls, but I guess the dividing walls could come first. I can just do that. I really don't have to resize everything. There we go. And at some point, not today, but at some point, I'm going to go back through and do a bit of a more, yeah, a bit of a more decorative stream, really. Just to kind of give all these places more of a lived-in feel. Got to replace my mouse. My other wireless mouse died, and so I switched to one of my backups, which is wired, and having the wire is driving me crazy. So, definitely going to need to get another wireless mouse. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to try and find probably like Western themed images, ranch themed, Western themed images to put up to do as posters. I don't really want to do like a Southwest desert theme. I don't want to go in that direction entirely, but something that gives off the general feel of ranch and farm life is what I'm going for. And I don't know, looking at these rooms, I'm almost thinking that we might end up needing a third story. I'm not sure though. I will leave that decision for another time because I have enough to do right now. I don't think I need to go into that. And the other way so that they all open in. Not really ideal to have doors that open out into hallways. They're really very much in the way when you have a bunch of open doors in the hallway. So, all going inward. And we'll figure out lighting as well. Oh, it's only 10? We're doing fine. Fine. Totally fine. Whoops. Totally fine, I say, as I put the plank in the wrong place. Sure. Really close to the edge. I know that it's not really gonna actually do anything to me if I fall, but I'm so used to playing in survival mode that I don't want to fall. I'm used to avoiding falling. To actually putting out a great deal of effort to avoid falling. Almost. About there. The time goes by so fast in the game. Hey, why are you doing? Why is it dark already? The game is like, well, because it's now nighttime. I'm like, what? It's nighttime. No, it's not. It can't be. I wasn't ready for it to be dark. That set time ability, I think that's just one of the coolest things. That and changing the weather, those are really cool. And with the fog, you can make it like really heavy fog or really light fog, whatever you want it to be, which, again, awesome. I don't think there are really that many games that let you change the weather. I can't think of a whole lot. Actually, no other titles really spring to mind that will allow you to change weather. Yeah, I've got the... Good? Good? Okay. Excellent. Do with you. I think you are just going to become another room. What I'm gonna do with you. Be kind of an off room. Yeah. Alright. Now we need to shorten this up to do the tops. And then put in the rest of the door frames. And pretty good. Getting the rooms done at least. Mostly. Windows need to go in. Because we definitely... You know, farmhands, usually they're up with the sun. If it gets light out, they're up and going, so Gotta have at least one window in every room. Okay. We're gonna deal with those stairs. Definitely nervous every time I walk past them. Like, ooh, I'm gonna fall. Oh my god. Okay. Now we need, what do we need? Alright. Door frames. Let's here with the doors closed to do this. And we've got the top pieces ready first, so we'll start there. Back. Wise ones. Trying to kind of keep an eye on how my computer is handling this too, and it's really helpful to actually remove or to not monitor the stream from my desktop, but to have that separated out on my laptop. That's working really well, thankfully. I caught a little bit of that. I was going back watching some of her live stream, and I really like it. It's looking really good. And I don't know, I mean, she's flying. I don't think she's actually, like, using full creative mode, though. I think that she's just using the flying ability, which is totally fine. I think that's great. I think that's great. She's kind of branching out a little bit, which is awesome. And that castle, oh my god, that looks so cool. She was showing off what they have done so far, and I was looking at it, and the first thing that sprang to mind was like, I want to build a castle. I want to do that. That looks so cool. The way she's doing it into the mountain, that's just awesome. Okay, I think those are the ones that I want. All right. Do this railing, banister, what have you here. Driving me crazy. Does that look like it's approximately... Yeah, that's like right there on the ground. Okay. Now, I haven't done a custom banister like this before, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm not counting. I'm not gonna try and be quite that... Oh. Yeah, I could though, because there's an easy way. I turn that. We'll see. This might not be the best way to do this. Yeah, no. Not because it won't gain its correct positioning. But about like that. I freeze it in place, get rid of the grid, and then bring it down. How does that look? Aside from not being long enough. Okay. What do you guys think? Do you think that that'll work? That looks decent? Or should I try and do something else for the top railing part? Yeah, I don't think that's really like not terribly helpful feedback, Hansen. Like that. Maybe something smaller, but see then no, see, because then it's not maybe like that? Alright, well, we're gonna go with that then. See how that goes. I just need to turn it. Okay. Wow, it's not cooperating on that level at all. Okay, so get rid of the grid. Yeah, definitely needs to actually look like it's going through the railing a little bit. There we go. Okay. Then jump over to these. That and that. Basically, we'll use the grid for part of it, and then not the grid for the other part. Okay, what is that? How does that look? Right about a little bit. There. Yay! Sometimes you have an idea and it works out. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that's roughly even. And I mean, let's face it, roughly even is. That should have been there. Yeah, it probably should have been right there. Okay, we'll fix that in a minute. There. Okay. Yeah. And then right about there. There. Take that one. There. And there. Almost done. It's done. Oh, I don't want engaged anymore. Like that. That. Oh, that other one's not quite. These two are gonna have to change. So right. And right about there. That not. That's right. Why is that right? I don't know. But okay. There is our banister, railing, whatever you want to call it. Okay. So, ooh, windows. Windows are next. Windows are next. Let's see here. Wow, if I can get into the room. Let's do 2 windows in these bigger ones. But we actually have the window in hand. And we need to measure. So, cross. So let's go in. And we did technically 5. Well, 5 is where the window starts. So in 4. Expand our grid size here. Okay. Yep. I think 2 windows for the large rooms, and then 1 window for the smaller ones. Should do nicely. Perfect. And I haven't decided if I want to start decorating them, because I was planning on trying to get to the pastures today too and get started on them. And I know that if I get started decorating the bunkhouse, like, nothing else will happen. So I don't know. Oh, cool. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I think 1 window's fine. We should also, we'll do windows at the ends too, but not right now. It is 10:15. I don't know, I'm torn. Maybe I'll just do the bunkhouse today. Maybe that's what we get done today, is the bunkhouse, because the first level still has to be finished. That needs rooms. Spend the day on the bunkhouse. The pastures can wait. Pastures can wait. They're a pretty simple, easy thing to do. Oh, it's going to be so exciting when we get horses. That is just going to be so exciting. I think that's probably, like, just about the most excited that I've ever been waiting for a game update. I probably could have done windows that contrasted more with the exterior walls. I might go back and do window frames that match the door frames. I might do that. We'll see. I haven't decided for sure. But now that I have so many of the windows in, I'm not going to go back and take them out to redo them. That's definitely not going to happen. But I might just add, like, thin trim pieces to make them look a little bit nicer. Cross between a small and a large room. We'll just do a bigger window. Ah. Probably work just fine. Yeah. fine. Crank that back up. Back to our measurements here. Get our windows nice and even. I do want this to be, like, if you look at the building from the outside, I want it to look kind of symmetrical and well planned and thought out, and not just something that someone like haphazardly threw together because they had a bunch of people who needed someplace to sleep. I want it to look a little bit better than that. We want to treat our farm and ranch hands nicely. After all, we don't want to do their jobs ourselves. So it's best if they're happy with their accommodations so that they stay and keep working. And I will probably start planting in the fields off camera. Because that's gonna be a bit of a tedious process. So I'm not really gonna make anybody watch that. So let's see. I have some almost like picture windows, nice big picture windows at the ends here. Did I make that big enough, or does it need? No, I think that'll be fine. What was that? 3x3? Yeah. Probably perfectly good. And we'll go do the same thing at the other end here. And if at some point if at some point we do need to build a third story, we can have stairs coming up kind of from either end, since we have the initial staircase pretty much centered. Ooh, that's beautiful. I love the sunsets in this game. I could just like stand and watch. Except that doesn't work so well for trying to actually build things, so we're gonna not have that. Alright. So now we're gonna want some lights on this floor. I think we've got all the windows that we need placed. Let's do a bit darker. I think that's good. Yeah. Okay. Now, how do I want to do this? So, obviously much shorter. That. Good. Oh, you know, if I haven't fiddled with the signs in a while. Let's see. Sign, metal sign. Hole. Let's do that. Saying that you can't change the width of them. But basically, we're just going to have these nice little signs next to everybody's room, because everybody would have an assigned room. Everyone's name go on the sign. And that way they would know that the room is taken. My coffee pot go off. So just a minute here. I'm going to get up and grab some more coffee before it's all cold. I really don't like cold coffee. I'm just not a fan of cold coffee. There we go. I almost want to try and do sort of like a custom chandelier. Not with that though. What's that one? 67? Okay. So logs. 7. Wrong direction. There we go. Okay. So the grid. Really kind of shorter than what I actually wanted, but yeah. Okay, so again, grid. You can tell that it's like going through on the other side. A little bit bigger here. Get rid of grid on my little cheaty light so I can. Okay. There we go. Yeah, that's better. Much better. Now, have, oops, flying a little too fast. Then, through center with it. Kind of longer. There we go. Okay. Now, I don't have a lot of fine motor control when you're flying. Okay. I'll put further. I think. Look at it from all angles here real quick. Yeah, that's good. Lower it though. Have some height difference here. Oh yeah, right there. My little light back on so I can come here. A little bit smaller. Nope. All right, never mind then. Never mind the grid. We'll do this ourselves. Now. With more and there. Okay. Well, it's obviously rustic, but I like it. Not bad. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick break, get some more coffee, and I will be right back with this nice interior view of what we've accomplished so far. We'll have fun with your daughter. All right. Fresh cup of coffee. Let's see here. What else? What else? We get done up here. Actually, you know what? Go downstairs. Let's work on, ooh. Do I want to blueprint that? No, I do not. I don't like it quite that much. All right. Rooms. Figure out where our rooms are going to go. Need a kitchen and a dining room first. And it would have to be a pretty big kitchen because we're going to have to feed all of the ranch hands here. So, let's see. Pull this stuff down out of the way here. Put those back. Doors. Ooh, I know what we want. Where are they? Where are they? Haha, here we go. This is totally a job for the saloon doors. Totally. Maybe the full height ones, though. These, I think. Kind of like these. Let's go with the darker ones. Do that. Those are going to be our doors. Now we just have to figure out where our kitchen's going to be. I think it's going to be in the back. Yeah. Let's have it be back here. So, it'd be a good sized kitchen. Coming out to here. Because it's going to have to be kitchen, storage, food storage, all of that. So yeah, that might be out to here and then here. Yeah? Yeah, I think that's good. All right, so now this to be tall again. There we go, right? Tall and wide, yes. Okay. Let's go to there. Yeah, that. Oh. And far over do we want to go before we put the door? Right there is probably out. Go. I really haven't had too many occasions to use balloon doors, but I've always liked them. So, very pleased that now we have an occasion to use the saloon doors. Oh, those just look awesome. Oh, so cool. All right. Here. Yep. All right. Second set of saloon doors. Here. Or there. Perfect. Okay. Excellent. Here's our kitchen. Boy, that was fast and easy, wasn't it? Now we just need to do the tops of the doors. Up. That doesn't exactly do what I want it to do. Light on here. There we go. Now it does what I wanted. That's better. Although actually, it really can't be. Because... Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Wrong idea. Nope. Although the fact that it's like disappearing up into the ceiling concerns. But we do need to have a little bit of headspace between. There we go. Okay. All right. That should do it. And the next room that we need is the dining room, which is going to come off of here. So, that up again. Most. I need light on anymore. Okay. So, I don't know. The dining room is going to have to be thinking big. So, oh, that's going to come all the way down along there. Okay. Now that's good because it comes out to here. Except that it's not. It might. Okay, let's just stop talking and run with this for a minute here. And see where that gets us to. That, oh. Nope. Definitely not gonna work. See, if it came along like this, it'd be fine. Maybe we should do that instead. Bring it down just the one. And see how that works. Yeah, let's do that. Because otherwise that's not gonna work. So back to the actually, you know what, those don't look too bad. The spots in between where you can see through. Not too bad. Now we're gonna use our saloon doors again. Yeah. And then bring this all the way along. There we go. You can sort of see the stairs coming through a little bit, but I don't think it's too bad. Out. Two more. There. We're gonna turn. How close are we to the door? Oh, we're not that close to the door at all. We're gonna come out a couple more. Nothing like making a decision and then changing your mind, right? Yep. Rotate that back around. I don't think that's too bad. We're just gonna have two entrances to the dining room right along there. So we don't need to worry about that. Now we need to shorten this piece up for our top ceiling. Okay. Now I want the door frames. Again, those worked very well. Start over here. perfectly aligned. And I think it needs to be a little bit big. Yeah. Better. Okay. There we go. All right. And there. This in. Out there. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Alright, I'm kind of waiting for that one to walk through the wall. I don't think that they can interact with anything. So I don't think that, like, they'll go through doors or anything like that. They're just going to wander around until they run into something that stops them from wandering around. Okay, so we have our massive dining room here and our kitchen through there, coming together nicely. I'm not sure how I want to separate out the rest of the house. Like, or bunkhouse. Ew. I'm thinking going across there with a wall. There can be an entryway, like a hallway right there. Then this area here could just be one big, kind of like a common room. Maybe we could have some other common rooms over there. That might work. Okay. But. There's something that I want to do, and I don't know how well it's going to work. So, what are we looking for? We are looking for 71. Okay. Let's try this. Double check something real quick and make sure that I'm doing it correctly. All right. So. Oh, I don't remember the four. No, it was not 64. 71 is what. All right, so doing that again. Oops. If I could spell, it would help. 171. There we go. And FYI, wood plank triangle has to all be one word. So, just so you know. There is a wood plank triangle. Yay! Alright. We have some other stuff to do first. That. But our entryway to just kind of look a little bit different. Fascinating, different something. It looks cool. One. And I want four. Good. That's a good entryway for a hallway, right? Good. Go down here. Wow, that actually works all the way to the end. Okay. That's awesome. Now, shorten this up. This is going to be the tricky part. I have absolutely no idea how this is really going to end up looking, but I am crossing my fingers and hoping for the best. What we're doing. Okay. That-ish. Be fatter, smaller. Okay, like I said, I don't know what I'm doing here, so fingers crossed, right? It's not really gonna be exact, I don't think. Like, pretty sure there's no way we're gonna get that. So if I do, yeah, no. I think it's gonna go that, and then rotate it around. Same thing up here. On, please. Pretty, 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 please. Really want you to do really good over there. Do that again. Nice. Better than, like, oh, put planks across it or something. Doesn't want to go. It doesn't want to go into the corner, really. So, challenge. Okay. How's that look? Does it look? Yeah, it looks roughly the same. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that looks roughly the same. So that's really all I wanted with that. Really glad that that worked. And I'm also super surprised that that worked. I didn't really expect it to. Just that look. Not bad. Yeah. And top part. This is going to be the ear part. It's getting this work the way that I want it to. Oh, except. Alright, we're going to freeze that in place. See if we're going to get rid of the grid, and we're going to see if we can make this work. I'm not sure we can, honestly. I will be totally and completely honest with you. I'm deeply skeptical. But we're going to try it. Now, see, now we're coming too far. Yeah. Nope, that's not. It's really not going to work, which is kind of unfortunate because I really wanted trim pieces. It's just not. Not really going to do it, fortunately. Unless I go way smaller and do like that. Which then looks weird because it doesn't really match up with the top piece. I don't know. Maybe not. Let's do it this way and see what it looks like. Don't like it. Change it. The grid is not being helpful in this sense. It's not always. I kind of need to learn to do things without the grid because there are times that it is just not going to work for what you're trying to achieve. Now, way. Right there. Freeze it. Round. Down a little bit. Oops, not quite that much. How's that look? Not bad. Alright. We're going to try that the other way. Now, I find it best to rotate from the bottom once you have an angle set, because otherwise you're gonna have to figure out your angle all over again, which but our little cheating light here. That again, zip over here, down. That one's not really quite as far down as the other one, so no, let's see. Top piece. And if this works, it will just look like it was designed to, oops, designed to have the bottom piece or the top pieces be smaller than the bottom. If it works. I always love those little if moments. Like, well, if this works, I'm really gonna like it. If it doesn't, I'm really not. I don't really know that I like it. To be brutally honest, don't know if I like that or not. What we're gonna do is we're gonna leave it for now, and if I think of something else, we'll change it. Or if somebody has any great ideas, that's always welcome. But for the time being, we're gonna put it where it's at and move on, because otherwise I could probably conceivably spend another 2 hours fiddling with it. Okay, so that's right about there. There it goes. And there. There. I have a few doorways coming down. There. Right there. See that? Oh. It almost changes the length when you click and drag. A little odd. I don't know why it does that. And then we're going to leave good sized space for a hallway to come along here, kind of coming around the corner here. Space there for a door. There we go. All right. Shorten this up, put in the tops. That one. And then kind of thinking this could be a couple of rooms. So let's divide that out real quick. There we go. 2 or 3 rooms. You know what? It could be 3. Could definitely be 3. Yep. Do that. 3 rooms coming along here. Now I'm seeing now I'm seeing daylight gaps in between these, which I don't like. There we go. Yeah. We're gonna go back and we're gonna get this way. I don't know what it is about clicking and dragging with the planks that gets you that space in between them, but I really don't like it. Okay. Now we're going to kind of divide this in half. That way there's some individual rooms, so I don't want to sit down and play cards, or if some people want to sit down and smoke cigars, whatever, now they have space to do that. Trying to decide if these are annoying enough to go back and take them all out and redo them, and I think the answer is yes. Are legitimately that annoying. Not want to be able to see the seams. Really don't. And that is something that has, in the past, made me not want to use the plank and beam system, because you have to put up with things like this. I don't want to. Now, there's that. Okay, and I'm going to keep that spacing there. Yes. We'll get it. Get it eventually, right? Take a little bit. That's okay. That's okay. Trial and error. Trial and error, that's how we do things. Sometimes a lot of trial and error. That's how you learn, right? Okay. There's that, and I think for these, go ahead and put in real doors. There. And we're going to figure out the stairs too. Gosh, it's 11 o'clock already. I don't think we're going to be getting to pastures today. To be quite frank, I don't believe that's going to be happening. Yeah, see, I can see along here too. Nope. Gonna irritate me. Gonna irritate me. You know, sometimes slow and steady really is the best. Fortunately, there's a very real possibility that this is up what we did over there. We'll see. I may have these placed. Yes, I think I do. I think I have placed individually. Yep, perfect. Oh, good. Did know what I was doing when I did that. That's good to know. That's very good to know. Okay. Did I get all of this? No, I did not. Yeah, I don't know what it is with this. It doesn't place it correctly. Super annoying. Or, you know, there's times you put shit like that. It really can't place it correctly if you don't place it correctly. Okay. Now we just need the top pieces. Just need those top pieces. Oops. There we are. Alrighty. Here. Hi. Oh. Longer. Let's do the side. That. Let's do the side pieces. Start with. Our nice door frames in here. The bunkhouse is coming together very well. We'll rotate that over. Right there. Perfect. Down. There. And one more right down here. Excellent. This will just stay one really big open area. Giant sitting room. I don't know what all else, but it's all going to be one big open area. Through here. And we've got some individual rooms along here, which we need windows for. Whoops. Almost forgot about that. Let's get those in. Let's get those in. Bigger windows. Like that, like short or long. Yeah. But wide. Like that. Those, let's try to be able to have some spacing. Yep. That was 3 wide, I think. Right? Yes, that was 3 wide, and it could fit a bit shorter. That out real quick. I think that's good. Okay, so we did space 4 here. 4. Overall, I am extremely happy with how this is all coming together. 3 windows. Look at that. And 3. So this window actually needs to be up with our 3 here. Now. All right, windows in one room done. Go upstairs. I don't think that I have these rooms perfectly symmetrical, so it's gonna be really weird if I do, because I'm really sure I don't. Yeah. There we go. Almost like it didn't want to break the block. Don't know why. There we go. We'll just do the 2 in here, and then we got the 1 around here. This one's gonna get bigger windows for sure. So overall, I'm really liking how this build is developing. Hope that you guys do too. But I'm pretty happy with how it's all going along. And I'm going to try for next Sunday to get the fields planted. Like I said, I'm just going to do that off camera, but I think that that will improve the overall look of everything if the fields are planted. That will just make it look a little bit more real. So we'll get that, I will get that done. Perfect. Now, where else do I need windows? Oh yes, up in the front room. Some windows up there. Do some nice big ones here. Go in a little bit further than usual. Oh, plenty of space here. And what was that? That was 5, yes. Go down there, 5. Then I'm thinking I really should be doing the detailing on the house before I start a whole lot of detailing anywhere else. I still need to finish the house because that's not really done. We still have the room, yeah, second floor to do. And then let's see what else. Yeah, the rooms on the first floor and on the basement level, those rooms are done pretty much, but the rooms on the second floor need to be finished. So that's something that I need to do here soon. I should really have the whole building finished before I start detailing it, right? That would make sense, yes? I think so. I think that would make more sense. So I think next week that's probably what we'll do, is work on that. Alright. I need to blueprint myself a little table lamp. Let's go do that. Let's go do that. Let's use logs. That one. Ah, not tools, lights. Do that one. I like that one. All right. Oops. There we go. I always forget if they open in or out. There's another farmhand wandering around over there. Okay. Go over here. Out in a nice open field. Do this properly. Do one. Get rid of these. And let's see. Start with that in the center. And shorten those up. Top part should be a little shorter too. I don't really know that we're going to want to use the grid a whole lot with this because we're going to end up with something that looks really strange if we do, I think. So this might be more rough ideas than anything else. I want them all to be sort of central. Let's go a bit. Shorten it. Definitely too bit. There. I'm going to rotate this around. What we can come up with here. Turn my little light on so I can hopefully see a little bit better. There. That look, yep, that. No. Shoot. Not the thing I wanted to get rid of. Grid. Of course it won't because there's something in the way. That's great. Now. Add a little bit more. Trial and error, remember? Trial and error. And that in place. Get a good look at it. Does it look relatively appropriately placed? I think so. Or at least as good as it's going to get. Way to put that. Go. Okay. There. Let's see how that look. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Yeah. Lot of repetition rotating. That look good. Okay. So now the bottom is going to be ladder. Oops. Like that. 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 That relatively. Oh, that's. Okay. I want it to look like the lamp really is in the center of this. Oh, it's dark. That's great. Let's sync that a little bit. How's that looking? Should we bring it up a little more? A little bit more, actually. Yeah, I think that looks good. There we go. All right. Okay. We're getting there. Getting there. Fix the time real quick. Now, back down. Okay. Now we're gonna want basically like arms on this thing. Up a little bit. That. Not the greatest, and it's going to kind of come out a bit. Not really sure we can totally avoid that, you know? Of what we're working with here, I think we're going to have that. Oh. Yeah, didn't really look like it was coming up too much, so let's try and get the same thing with the other one. There. Ah. Good. Oh no, down a little bit more because this other one's down pretty far, actually. There we go. All right, we've almost got it. We've almost got it. Getting there. Getting there. So the first thing we want to down. Went a little too far there. Yep, we did. A bit more. That needs to come over. Quite that much. Okay. And on our last one. A bit more. Yeah. That's close. Okay. Now I just want something up on the top. So. A little bit tall. Okay. There we go. Then arrow down. And we want to be, it's basically just going to be a crude handle here. That in a little bit. There. That. There we go. Now. Back down. Like that one there. And down. That. Hard to manage this when you are not. That's not correct. Try that. Try that. That look. Much better. Much, much better. Ooh, let's not try it with the sun in our eyes. Let's definitely not try that. There. And then I can tell that that is off. Rat. Okay, let's do, we're gonna be really careful to get the right thing here. There we go. That pretty much done. Much. I mean, not great, but I don't think we're gonna get great. Not the way that we're doing this. Oh, now the whole thing is off center. Shoot. Yeah, that whole thing is off center. Okay. Alright, we're gonna try this again. That's fairly well lined up. Got it like that. That in place. Get through. Really is a lot of just trial and error. Up. I bring this over here and kind of try and line it up here. Then freeze it and raise it up through that. That might work better. That might work better. Let's see. There. Okay, having the sun in my eyes, not helpful here. But overall, I think that this is working better than the other way. That's good. Now, how's that looking? Entered? Yeah, I think it does. Okay. Sort of, at least. Close. Close. Lay this down. Around. We're close to actually having our little table lamp here. Whoops, that's not even. That looks like it's even. Okay. Now, slide it through. That'll work. Let's see. Go up a bit. I think overall works. Yeah. That works. All right, we're gonna call that our little table lamp, which we now need to blueprint so we can utilize it. Miscellaneous blueprint. Okay. Now, area. There we go. And see, if I had positioned it a little bit better, it would really just be a 1x2. But it's not. Okay. Select our area. Say full lamp with handle. Yep. Alright. Now let's go inside where we're going to actually put this here. For one, we don't have any actual tables yet, so that does us. But let's test it real quick. So let's make a couple of tables. So, spent holes, small ones. I don't want to do one that like matches the flooring and stuff like that. So let's do that. But let's put that like right there. Print table lamp with handle. Okay. Now the fun part is to position it correctly. So up right like that. Down there. And then over a little bit. Oh, wrong one. Wrong one. Floating table lamp, everybody. Floating table. Third. There we go. All right. There you go. You can grab your lamp on the way out the door. And it's huge, really. So that's kind of a shame. But that's okay. Now that we know our blueprint works, we're just going to get rid of this little lamp hanging in the middle of the air here. Not anymore. We've got about a half an hour left. I think I'll go ahead and get started on the pastures. Now, part of my reluctance to jump into the pastures is that not seeing great results to my test over here in terms of what will actually hold animals and what will not. So you can see we have a cow halfway through the fence over there. So apparently this type of fencing doesn't work, which is a shame because I think it looks really nice. Now let's encourage the sheep to run off someplace. See if he runs through a fence here. Come on. Run through anything here? Not. Okay. So it's a little odd that well, he kind of does. Kind of passes in and out of the fence. He's not really trying to run through it, but he is accidentally anyhow. And then I have a very nice picture of a goat's head sticking through the stone block wall, which makes me think that these grates are the only actual functioning pastures or functioning methods of restraining animals. Now, that really sucks because this is totally unrealistic fencing. For what we're doing, that is not even remotely close to being a realistic fence. So, that means we have to decide what's more important. Having a fence that looks realistic or having a fence that actually works. Restraining animals how? Because half of the, using plank and beam to build fencing doesn't work. They can walk right through it. So the metal grates are apparently the only truly effective means of fencing, but really unrealistic. So, saw bench, where are they at? Banisters, for some reason. These 2x2 grates, these actually seem to work for fencing, but they're just really, that's not realistic. That's not, the rails might work too, the 2x2 rails. Just not realistic. So, I don't know. I don't really know that I want to do that, but I don't think anything else is going to work. Yeah. See, and that's, I would like to do, this I did out of logs and planks. And I really like how it came out. I really like the look. But apparently that's not actually an effective method of restraining animals because they can walk right through it. However, this looks a lot more realistic for a pasture fence than the metal grating. So I think I'm just gonna go with it. That's the plank that I used. And that's a beam. I want logs. So I'm just gonna say screw it. If it doesn't work perfectly, oh well. I want something that actually looks appropriate. That's awesome! That is absolutely awesome. I've got 3 NPCs running around. And I'm not noticing any issues, but 20? Man, that is great. That is really, really great. All right, logs right there. So, let's scale these guys up to be the size of those. This is going to be a case of choosing what is it? Usually form over fashion, but in this case we're going the opposite direction and choosing fashion over form. I'm making a fence that I know perfectly well will not work as a fence. It's going to look very nice, but it will not work as a fence. And that's a shame. But oh well. Until Red actually gives us real fencing that will actually work, this is what we have. What I'm going with, because it looks really good. Yeah, a lot. Right. Oh. About like that is going to be good. Does that go in? Yes, it does. Perfect. Rotate around. We're going to start. I have kind of a simple thing for the last half hour. Just running around, putting up some fencing for the pastures. Get that looking good. And like I said, off camera, I'm going to go ahead and plant in the fields. Just not... I'm not going to make you guys watch as I go through and do all of that, because that's going to be time consuming. So I'm not going to do that to you. Middle there should be. There we go. Roughly approximate. Since the fencing isn't really going to be effective, I'm not really worried about, you know, completing one field or anything. I'm just like, yeah. If I go through this way, I don't have to rotate the planks. 3 cheers for laziness, right? It'll all get done. It'll all get done. Ooh. Saw the notification that Lady De Winter is in Rising World. So she's probably getting ready for her stream, which is probably going to start in about 20 minutes or so. Yeah. That's true. That's true. It'll copy it. Okay. Yeah, because that's the thing, is like I can do the edit NPC, but I didn't think about changing my appearance before I summoned the NPCs. So I will have to do that before I summon any more. Oh. We'll figure out short pieces later. And some of this, like, going across here, I don't know, I might remove it or do something a little bit different. See. So, F, right there. There. Let's. There. What if we take these out? There we go. That extends down. We put another one in there. Might not even have to put another one in there. Let's see. I do that and that. Yep. Perfect. Perfect. And now our fencing continues underwater. I like that. Got a lot. Of course, we do now have to, like, shorten that up. Too long. When it sticks up through the grass, that's overkill. But that's good. And then let's just pop that there. And now our fence crosses our stream. Pretty good. I like it. I like it. Other corner piece here. Here. Like standing there. Whatever. Half in, half out of the water. Just hanging out. Washing my feet. Figure out where I want gates to. Yeah. Oh well, I'm not gonna worry about that just yet. Oh. Overall, going pretty well. I mean, I would really rather have better options for fencing, but we don't, so live with that. But considering the scale of this build, I think that it's going kind of surprisingly well. I haven't really run into as many issues as I was afraid that I was going to. So that's good. The edge. There we go. Yeah, that works. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Like, okay, I think this is pretty good, but I'm not sure. Alright, we'll just leave one plank there. And where I'm doing that is where I want actual gates to go in. If we ever get gates that will work for this, basically. Which I hope we will. I really hope that we will. That'll be very exciting. I really am hoping that with the mounts update comes a lot of other, I guess, things related to that, like equipment for the horses, saddles, bridles, pack bags, pack saddles would be cool too. Maybe different types of saddles, that would be really nice. And then, of course, things like barn-sized doors, stall doors, things that are more size appropriate to horses than what we really have now, which is really don't have anything now, is basically how that goes. So hopefully we'll get all of that stuff. Really nice. And I want it soon, too. I'm greedy. Now that he's confirmed that we're getting mounts, I'm like, okay, when? I want horses. I want horses now. So exciting to have horses in the game. So exciting. That area is probably going to become another field. I was looking at the fields that I did, and I just don't really feel that they're big enough. I don't think we have enough fields to seem appropriate. You gotta go. Sorry. You're in my way. Really? Like, come on. Seriously? No. Wow. Alright. Some of the animals, man. It's like, what are you doing? I smacked you. You should be going very, very far away. Afraid of the scary human. Get lost. They're just like, no, we're not really in the mood to run. So we're just going to amble a little ways away and then stand here where we're still totally in your way. Okay. I'm not sure how I want to do the fence along. Nope. Along the bridges. I haven't decided that yet. That's okay. It's not like I don't have a lot of other stuff that I can work on while I'm thinking about exactly how I want to fences in areas. I have an incredible amount of stuff to work on. Speaking of which, next week we're doing the house. We're gonna kind of get that a little bit wrapped up. I've been ignoring it for a while, I feel. So I'm going to stop ignoring it and actually get it finished. It'll be very nice. Okay. Kind of, you know, switch back and forth between pastures that we're working on, and boy, you know, the giraffes are really kind of in the way. They just sort of stand there. Don't leave. Come on. Faster. Wow, that was like not even. Faster. Come on, guys. Come on, run. Really? Wow. They just don't really care. They're just kind of standing there, whatever. Beat on me all you want. I'm not going anywhere. I was trying to get one of the elephants to move, and he did that. Just, like, stood there and did nothing, and it's like, okay, well, apparently we're not actually going to be just relocating all of the animals, which I was thinking would be nice and simple. Once the pastures are done, then I'm going to go in and start spawning in animals for them. So, like, there'll be cattle in a pasture, sheep in another one, things like that. because I do want this to have a very active ranch, lived in feel to it. So I'm going to be working on that as well. Don't really know. I hate to say this, but I'm probably going to actually end up just killing off some of the more... Seriously, dude? Go away. Stands there. Probably going to end up killing off some of the more exotic animals that won't leave pastures. Really? That kind of annoys me. Like, I don't really want to kill you all. But on the other hand, you are in the way, are messing up my build. So you have to go away. Not a voluntary thing. And I just built a fence through the middle of a giraffe because he wouldn't move. I would really like to see the animal AI in this game improve, because right now it gets a little frustrating. I would like to see it improve. I would like to actually see predators attack prey, because if you've noticed, they don't do that. Like, the first time I was being chased by a bear, I thought that I was going to be really smart and run right past the pig, thinking that the bear would be like, oh cool, an easier dinner. Nope, not even. Totally ignored the pig, who totally ignored the bear, as he kept chasing, you know, me. So I was like, oh, that kind of stinks. Plus, I think it would add an interesting element of challenge, because you would have to keep your animals alive in spite of predators. So that would be an interesting challenge, I think. Okay. And yeah, those guys are still just kind of standing there. Like, whatever. Totally don't care. Weird little things. Okay. Gonna look a little weird going right through there, but whatever. There we go. This much longer. Yeah, but I could. But those were a little short. There we go. Up on another bridge that I haven't decided what to do with. But overall, it is going pretty well. In fact, let's go ahead and swing around for a final little walkthrough here of what we've gotten done so far. First, we're going to go ahead and set it to be daylight. Okay. Look. Pasture fencing going in. Rather disjointed. To come down the middle of there. Yeah, I think I decided that was all going to be pastures. I don't think... I'm trying to remember if I wanted to put a barn in anywhere. I don't think I will. I think I'm just going to do small shelters inside each pasture. But the horses will be the only ones that have an actual barn. I'm very happy with their barn as well. I really like that. But let's ooh, didn't do the stairs. Close that. We don't want sheep inside. her little handheld lantern. I need to work on those to come up with better versions, but basically, our bunkhouse is largely done. This is what the majority of today was spent on. Little entrance to our walkway here. We've got 3 individual rooms down this side. I don't know, gaming rooms, sitting rooms. The one down at the very end there could be an office. We'll see. Here we'll have a nice big dining room. And then through here, this will be the kitchen in here. Right around the corner here is the room that I'm thinking might be like an office. And then gaming room, and then the other one could be sort of little sitting room. And there'll probably be a whole bunch of seating out here too. Just some generally more common areas for everybody. And then up our stairs here, which, you know, gotta love the lack of physics in this game so far. Ooh, those all came through. Alright. I don't know, I don't like that. I'm not sure what would be the best way to fix it. That probably means, yep, they came through up here too. Okay. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do about that, but I'm going to do something. I don't know. We'll see. But we've got our rooms up here with a little, sort of, a small chandelier there. Name tags for each room. We've got some larger rooms on this side, which I'm thinking will be kind of like the foreman, supervisors rooms over here. And then smaller rooms along this side for the general ranch hands. And then possibly going up there. I haven't started a roof because I'm thinking that I'm probably going to want a 3rd floor. I just haven't decided that for sure just yet. Goodness. Alright, so real quick, let's fix the, there we go, wood logs. Let's have supports here. This is just too unrealistic for me. Apparently I need to pause for a drink. Better. Okay. Now, wrong way. This to be floor to ceiling. About right? Nope, it's not. Okay, so we have one side that's into the wall. So let's do, not gonna do, let's do the other side here. Does that look like it goes all the way down to the floor? Yeah, I think it does. Okay. Alright, so we're just gonna come along down. I don't know that we're really gonna be worried about a basement, so we're just going all down, which is gonna get difficult when we get down here. I'm gonna have to actually shorten these up so that they'll sit nicely. Out there. That look like it is. Yeah, it does. Okay. I'm gonna say, I'm not sure that that actually looks like it's supporting that step, but it does. That's good. Okay. These are just really nice, simple little supports. I might try and do a sloped banister coming down. Just not sure. I'm not sure how well I'm going to be able to manage that. So that's something that I might I might attempt that, like, off camera, unfortunately for everybody. But yeah, I might try to do a sloped banister coming down here. All right, so that is going to wrap it up for today. We're going to go ahead and end the stream. I think that we're doing pretty well. I'm very happy with the bunkhouse. It looks pretty good. It will be a lot of fun to decorate. I will go ahead and plant crops and finish pasture fencing off camera. And then next week we will resume construction on the house because we kind of just left that very open over there. So we're going to go ahead and get that finished up. Get the major parts of that finished up next week. But until then, thank you everyone for hanging out, spending some time with me, and I hope you all have a wonderful week. See you next time.